welcome to the Talking Without Thinking podcast with Jared, Jason, Stevie, and Scott.
Here's the keys. I was waiting on. This song is such a vibe. God.
What part of stay muted until the song is over, Jason?
Raving without thinking.
Shit. Yeah, Jason taught us to talk without thinking constantly.
We used to have a different. We used to have a different theme song, right?
We did.
A different one.
We did.
That was
we did
88 episodes ago.
New Year.
It was, and I can't find it now. I don't know where it is. And even if I had it, like, it doesn't have Stevie's name in it either, so he'd be left out. Anyways, hey everybody, welcome to episode 90.
Hello.
Of Talking Without Thinking.
Episode 90, or number 2 of the reboot.
Yeah, number 2 of the reboot, or redo, reboot.
Rebranding.
Rebrand. Well, we haven't rebranded yet. We're still waiting on that.
Personal
retouch up.
But yeah. So we've had a pretty fun week. Thanks everybody that is like tuned back in to listen to us again. It's pretty nuts that there's still people sticking around listening.
I'm sure.
Much appreciated.
Really appreciate it. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
For reals. Yeah, as am I. So we've got a pretty good episode this week, if I do say so myself. So
that's because you wrote it.
I didn't write it.
You wrote the script.
I wrote the script. Well, some of the script, yeah. Some of the script. But I mean, you guys pretty much just execute the script as we do it, you know?
You're biased.
That's true.
You gotta be. So, you gotta be biased to yourself in life always.
Trust
what's
yourself,
everybody
Scott.
been up to? What's everybody been up to this week?
Eating leftover Halloween candy.
Dude, let me tell you. So Monday night, Halloween. Last Monday night. So we bought like 2 mega bags of candy. We had like 200, probably more than 200 pieces of candy, of which we ate maybe 4 or 5 pieces of it. We got like those bomb ass like Reese's packs that has like the fast breaks and like white chocolate Reese's, all kinds of cool shit.
Those are delicious.
Yeah, I was real psyched. It got to like 7 o'clock and we still had a shit ton of it left. I was like, this is bomb. Like, we're gonna have a bunch of leftover because I love like Reese's shit. And then,
you're a Reese's boy
like,
too?
Yeah.
I'm a Reese's
boy, man.
Same.
So
they all
I'm
belong to
handing
Reese,
out,
by the way.
not Reese. No. So
No, they belong
I'm
to
handing
Reese.
out
That's
like
an apostrophe S. That's possessive.
Well, they belong to me when they're in my house.
They belong in your mouth.
That's all I gotta say.
Our
they
mouths.
belong to me.
They're Scott's pieces.
So exactly. So I'm handing out like 2 or 3 pieces per kid because I'm like, there's no way we're gonna go through all this. There's no fucking way. Finally, it hits like 7:15, and like I feel like a bus just opened up and like just droves and droves of kids just kept coming, dude. We had like 5 groups that had like 10 kids a piece in them. So I'm getting like a cheap ass at that point because I'm like, shit, we're gonna run out. So I'm handing like 1 piece of candy per kid. And it's like the little fun size ones.
That's apparently the rule.
I feel like
we
a
can't
cheap
go to
ass 'cause I'm
Scott's
like,
house. He's a punk ass.
all
He
these-
don't give 1 piece of
all
candy.
these little kids, I'm handing like 2-3 pieces. So anyways, finally it gets to like 7:45 and we're completely out. So I turn off the lights.
That's wild.
And there's still kids knocking on the fucking door. I'm like opening the door. I'm like, listen, we're out. My bad. And this kid looks at me. He's like, you will rue the day. I was like, you don't even know what that means, kid. You don't even know what that means. Because he was in the final group and I only had 2 pieces left. So like the first 2 kids I gave it to, and I was like, sorry, dude, like I'm out.
Scott,
you will rue the day.
It means you'll regret this.
I don't know.
It means you'll
Ask
regret
this fucking 11-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
apparently I'm gonna regret it.
I
I thought it was like a Game
time.
of Thrones reference. That
No,
I thought it
that's
was
an
like
actual
some,
phrase.
What was the kid dressed up as?
or like a Fortnite thing.
Yeah, dude, I honestly think he was.
So I have a similar story for our first
I got
year.
one more thing. One more thing. So the last dude of the night that showed up, it was like probably like 8:10. I get another knock at the door. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, Halloween's over. All my lights are off. Why are people showing up? I open the door. There's this dude that is towering over me. He had to be 6'2", at least, if not taller than that. Full beard, mustache.
It was not me.
It was not
13.
Jared. It was not Jared.
He was 13.
No,
check
there's
his birth
no way.
certificate.
He's like trick or treat. I was like, I was like taken aback. He was dressed in a full Woody costume, like from Toy Story.
This is how horror movie
decked out,
starts.
hat and all. And he's like, happy Halloween, trick or treat. I was like, sorry, bud. Like, I've been out of candy for like half an hour. He's like, okay, well, happy Halloween. And he like trots off like this, like he was like dancing Woody.
This is
Weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen. I locked my doors everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awful.
That's pretty
This is like a
awful.
creepy pasta.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
I agree with Jason though.
Gracious.
It kind of sounded like it could have went in a whole different like way. Like the dude could have been like, "Oh, you don't have any candy? Well, have a revolver."
Murder.
You know what I mean?
It's like, well, eat this.
I don't think adults should be
Jared,
allowed to get candy though either. That's fucking unnecessary. There's a penalty.
I feel like there's like 17, 18 years old is a little too
Well,
old.
they can get candy, but they do what adults do, and they go down to the damn store and they give them the money for it. They don't go door to door.
Or you know what they do? You just rent a kid for the night. You know, you just get a kid, you just take him with you, and just carry 2 bags and be like, "Oh, this is
illegal.
for my sister."
No, that's illegal.
Renting a child
for candy.
Well, you don't have to like pay to rent.
You can
just
like borrow one.
You can actually do that in Japan though. You can like rent family members. I've seen.
Didn't Epstein warn us about this?
This is America.
No, I've seen Conan O'Brien do it.
Did.
Conan O'Brien did that on his show.
Oh my god!
But
oh my god!
The Woody guy. Do you think he was just a really tall 17-year-old, or was he like a 35-year-old man?
I don't know, dude. It's possible he could be anywhere from like 18 to 35.
I would have called the cops.
There's no telling. There's literally no telling. Yeah, I thought about it.
There's
if he didn't prance off the way he did, I probably would have been worried.
I don't believe he definitely because that shit.
He pranced like through my yard to leave. So
bearded
I was
individual.
like, I guess he's like, maybe he's just young at heart, you know?
Could be.
So Jared first year at the new crib Halloween.
First year being an adult handing out candy, not just manning the candy bowl as a teenager.
Oh man.
But so in our neighborhood, people usually post up at the end of their driveways. They have tables, whole shebangs. We had chairs. We sat out in the front yard. Kids came to us. It was much easier than them tripping over our decorations.
Yeah.
And so 6:30 was the first doorbell. I had been home from work maybe 45 minutes. Like I was rushing to try to get everything ready. So it gets a little lull between 6:40 and 7:15, and then the floodgates seem to have opened. So like Michelle's like, no, limit the amount of candy you give out. Stop letting them have 2 and 3 pieces. Like, all right, that's the rules. So this group of 3 little boys comes up, like they're brothers. And the smallest one is dressed as Spider-Man.
Nice.
So he comes up and he's like, trick or treat. So I hand him the candy. He goes, no, my mommy said to get candy for her too. So I was like, all right, cool. Hand him another piece. He goes, no, she said all of it. I was like, excuse me? He goes, my mommy said get all your candy. I was like, Spider-Man, are you shaking me down? And his older brother just grabs him by the arm and goes, you got your candy. Come on. I was like, oh my man, God, he's supposed to be protecting the neighborhood. Yeah. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Instead, he's trying to steal my candy. For
Spider-Man's gonna come get him for stealing candy. He's the fake Spider-Man.
But I mean, I respect him a little bit for trying to help moms out, you know?
You think the mom is real? I think it's all bullshit.
He dead-eyed me. Like, he gave me the dead eye. He was like, I was like, no, Spider-Man. One piece. I gave you an extra for your mom.
See, I don't think his mom was real. I think it was all this bullshit.
She was in the car driving down the street behind him.
Oh my God.
He rented the mom. The mom wasn't real. It's reversed.
Rent a mom.
Rent a mom.
That's probably
allowed.
More legal.
Renting children, not allowed.
But where did the kid get the money from?
Fortnite.
Oh, never mind.
Selling skins.
Everything comes from Fortnite. It all comes from Fortnite.
Selling skins, man. Learning new dance.
I only saw like one Fortnite character in the neighborhood,
and that was it.
That was it. The only other video game I recognized was the Among Us character. So he's like a little red guy.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
He came up, was like trick or treat, and I was like, "You're sus." And he goes, "You're sus." Kind of looking at me like, "What does this adult know about this game?" I was like, "Don't worry about it." And as he walked off, I go, I call imposter.
I've never played that game.
He turned around and didn't say anything. I was like, got him. I win the game.
Got him.
Damn, I didn't do
That's the
shit
coolest
for Halloween,
costume.
unfortunately. I saw Halloween Ends. That was trash. I went to see Smile. That's a pretty good horror movie.
Oh, that movie looked scary as hell. Yeah. I will never forget. So we saw Nope in theaters twice.
Good movie.
So like once Ashley and I went, and then the second time we took my kid with us too to see it. Both times.
The oldest or the youngest?
Oldest. Yeah, Noah loves horror movies, so not that Nope was like super scary anyways,
that's
but
why I like them.
But yeah, like that Smile trailer showed before the first one, and like it gave me nightmares for like a week. And
they were planning people at baseball games.
Really?
Yeah, did you not see? They had like a random lady behind home plate at one of the baseball games before the movie came out. She was just sitting there with a big smile on her face, like eyeballing the camera at all times. Like they would have to remove her because they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know it was a guerrilla tactic to advertise for the movie.
Nah, bro.
No spoilers.
That would have ruined me.
I would say that it's a very kind of normie horror movie, but with enough vibe to it that definitely like spooked the shit out of me. And the soundtrack was really good. It follows kind of.
Is it very like jump scary kind of?
There are jump scares, but I would say that what makes me like it, and I'm not like Mr. Hoity-toity horror. I like all horror movies from Hereditary to like, shitty stuff. But it just had enough of like this like kind of like just that simmery indie vibe nonsense that by the end of it, I always know horror movies good when I walk out and I'm just kind of like, I don't feel too good. And I felt like that. So I highly would recommend it. I really would.
I feel grody.
Because like, movies don't make me feel anything emotionally. That includes the Goonies. But horror movies.
We'll get to that.
Come on, bury the lead.
Horror movies. They'll find out later. Horror movies are the only time I feel anything that is pure terror usually. But it's good. I highly would recommend it. Halloween Ends.
I mean, I feel like horror movies would be the ones that give you terror.
Yeah, that's the point.
You don't go to a comedy going, ooh, I don't feel good about this.
Yeah, but like every other who's crying in movies is what I always say. Like the fucking movie, stop. Like, but horror movies,
man.
like
I'll be honest with you. I mean, sometimes
I cried a little bit during Endgame.
Yeah, who didn't?
Oh,
if you didn't cry during Endgame, you don't have a soul.
I didn't cry a little bit during
Endgame.
Jason didn't watch Endgame.
And Infinity War. Come on. Wow.
Honestly, I feel like I show more emotion for movie characters and TV show characters than I do about real life stuff. I don't know.
I feel that way about video games, maybe, but not really so much movies or TV, except for horror movies. Basically, the only emotion I feel is terror, and that's why I like horror movies a lot.
Have you seen that?
Jason has one emotion, that is terror.
Have you seen that Terrifier 2 movie?
No, I've heard about it though. I didn't see the original.
I read about it on Reddit as well, but I don't really.
Yeah.
So I always say this.
Reddit on Reddit.
I always say I don't like horror movies, but then like when I think about all the movies that I like that are horror movies, I guess I kind of do like horror movies, just not really as much like torture porn kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like I like the
I would
first.
agree with that.
I like the first Saw movie because it has like a good story and shit. But then, like, the rest of them is just torture porn. So I do not like the other ones. But I've seen all.
Did you see they're doing a Saw 10?
30?
There were a lot of Saw movies.
Yeah, there's a new one coming out next year.
Yeah, and it's going to have the same dude playing Jigsaw, too.
Chris Rock was in it.
Corbin.
Oh, you're talking about Spiral? Corbin. Yeah, I watched that one, too. I didn't really like that one.
It was just like, I'm Chris Rock.
You know that...
Don't kill him.
You know that movie...
Don't slap me.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to get a theater release now.
I saw that.
The spicy
skipping that one
thing.
It's real spicy.
Once it became public domain, they're like, horror movie.
Yeah, sure. Done for. Yeah,
that's like a February release.
I think after Saw 2, the one where the girl like fell into the pit of needles, I was out. Yeah. I was like, I'm good on Saw movies now.
Oh, yeah.
Never watched a single one.
There's a lot of gruesome ones.
You haven't seen the first?
I saw the first one, yeah.
First one's great.
None of those movies intrigued me enough.
Oh, I gotta watch the first.
Nah, I don't have to do anything.
Nah, we're good. You don't need to do that.
That's my Jigsaw impression.
How come they haven't made a Five Nights at Freddy's movie yet? I feel like an animatronic horror movie would be great.
Oh, I think it's a work in progress.
I think they are.
What about
I've been hearing about that shit for like 5 years, so I don't know.
Nicolas Cage
I
made
don't know.
one though, right? It wasn't technically like canon.
Yes.
But it's basically for all intents and purposes.
It's really funny. My kid was just telling me about it like 2 weeks ago. I can't remember the name of it, but he's like, "We should watch it." I was like,
There's
nah,
an
dude, I'm good."
It was
animatronic Nicolas Cage horror movie.
6 Nights in Sammy's.
yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking it
Willy's
up.
Wonderland.
Willy's
Seven
Wonderland.
Nights and Tammy's.
That's it.
I think it was produced by a Christian filmmaking company.
Oh shit, dude!
Hard pass on that.
I'm gonna have to get that.
Cool. You knock yourself out, bro.
Check that out.
Good.
I'm sure it's
No
on,
one's going to
So
stop
good.
you.
I'm sure
Yeah,
it's
no
on
one's gonna
Shudder.
stop you at all. Live your best life,
According
man.
to
Jason, did you just take a picture of yourself? Because like a flash on the screen happened.
No.
that was probably him opening
Really?
the Safari window on his
Jason-
MacBook.
Yeah. Well,
Jason, get out
he's
of
in the
your room.
dark, so every window that opens on his computer, you see.
It's like when you're trying to disguise you're on your phone at night. Oh, God.
Turn the brightness all the way down.
Gotta keep that shit on dark mode, baby. This might come as a surprise, but I'm a dark mode all the time. I turn like even on my like Windows-based PC, dark mode to 100%. I can't even tell if like something's red
yeah.
or orange for
Dude,
the vibes.
Everything's. in
I know
dark
what
mode
you
for me,
mean.
too.
Everything's
I think-
dark modes.
I think I became more sensitive to like light because I work on screens all day for work.
Blue light blockers.
So like
Oh, I got those.
with my phone, like even in the morning time, like I'll have it
Bam.
all the way down and it'll still be too bright. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, I
Scott,
can't wear
like,
those.
when you put those vests on, you look like the Pittsburgh dad guy, actually.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm never putting them on
man.
again. We're done now. All right, let's move on to the first segment.
Speaking of glasses,
Speaking of glasses, so we're gonna do a new segment we're gonna call Nostalgia Glasses.
Oh yeah. Is this where we talk about the
yeah.
Goonies?
I
Sure is.
I didn't do it this time.
You
Stevie again.
already did it, man.
sound segue.
Segway, bloom, boom. The segues aren't working, so I just made it.
Oh man. Sorry about that. I forgot we were doing the segues. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were even told before we started.
Yeah.
Wow, new guys,
Yeah.
the fucking new guy,
You guys.
fucking new guys.
I deserve to be
It's a
shot
learning
on.
process.
You'll
Yep,
have to take me
that's
out
it.
back, man.
Podcast
So-
FNG.
So thanks for coming. This isn't working out.
We need a new Stevie.
We need a new Stevie. All right, so we're going to do something we're calling Nostalgia Glasses. We're going to look back at some old TV shows, movies, music that people look through with nostalgia glasses and decide, like, is it actually good? Or are people just excited because they saw it when they were, like, 8 years old and they thought it was the best thing ever, so they still think it's the best thing ever?
Translation,
So-
Jason has to go watch a bunch of shit now they didn't watch growing up.
That he's probably never seen.
Facts.
You know, I'm gonna rabbit hole for just half a second. Jason, I was having a discussion with my girlfriend before we got on the podcast
Okay.
today because I mentioned to her, I was like, Jason finally watched the Goonies for the
Yeah.
first time, and she's like, how has he never seen the Goonies? Like, what was Jason like as a child? Like, did you not watch this shit when you were like younger?
Not really, no.
He couldn't bring the pizza
Really?
rolls into the movie theaters.
Wait, no, I wasn't even born when
I
Goonies
mean,
came out. 1985.
When did it come out? It was
1985.
1985.
I was
Okay,
there today.
I was definitely good and born by then,
I
but
just
I don't think
I
I
was
saw it until
2.
like later on.
I never
I saw
saw
it as
it.
like a 10-year-old.
So I never saw it past the point where Data like repels out the window. But I saw it up
Okay.
to that point like 7 times. I never finished watching. the
So you've
movie
never
after
seen
that.
like the whole thing all the way
Wait, are
through.
you
But
talking
that's still
about
like
I'm gonna be
45
honest, like-
minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you talking like 4 minutes in?
Yeah, exactly. 4 minutes. Like the first commercial break, I'd be like, "What is this?" And I was turn it and leave.
It's like,
It's like,
as,
all right,
soon as,
moving
as
on.
soon as he
Let's
sees
turn on some American Pickers.
as soon as he sees
Oh.
Data go out the window, he's just like, all right, I gotta go.
This kid's got some spy shit going on. I'm out.
I was like,
Oh,
called back to
God.
the old talk without thinking. Oh shit!
Yeah, I had to do a callback, man. So,
God,
all right, so this all
Memories.
started about like a week and a half ago. We've been watching Freeform. We just got that Hulu Live lately, so we've got like cable TV again, which has been like amazing.
Mhm.
But
we come
so
full
we're
circle.
flipping through the channels, and Freeform has been playing like all like Halloween-y type movies. I guess the Goonies is considered a little Halloween-ish. I guess with
Sloth.
Quick question:
with Sloth. I guess I don't know.
What is Hulu Freeform?
Oh,
Freeform
is a channel on
ABC
Hulu.
bought.
It's ABC
bought
Family.
something. Yeah, that's what it was.
It's just the channel.
Yeah.
But what's on it channel-wise? Just random shit?
Like just movies.
Oh, okay.
It's usually just like back-to-back movies. Like they're going to probably start doing like the 30 Days of Christmas or whatever shits in December.
If I'm not mistaken, it used to be called something else, and it's channel 29, right? Like the one that's next to Nickelodeon. It was ABC Family. Yeah. Right. So like they're probably about to start busting out Home Alone 2, Grinch Stole Christmas.
And they fucking play this shit on a loop like over and over again.
Hopefully
so like
Gremlins.
through Halloween season, we lost Jason. Where'd he go?
Jason, you turned your camera off?
Hello?
Oh no, he didn't.
Probably.
It says live video will return when the internet improves. Okay.
Oh.
Jason's internet's shit right now.
Oh no.
But
no.
Anyways. Just
let me cut my phone off.
You shouldn't ask. You should have been talking shit about Freeform, bro.
Yeah, bro. All right, so anyways,
found you.
A week and a half ago, Goonies came on, and I'm like, I'll watch it. Like, it's been a long, long time since I've seen it. Everyone's talks about how amazing it is. And honestly, like, I don't know that I've ever paid attention through the whole thing. So I'm sitting there watching it and increasingly getting more and more annoyed by the whole thing because half of the movie is the kids, one, like, all the takes they actually use in the movie are fucking awful. They're awful. I mean, unless these kids just can't act and that was like the best take they could get for every line they delivered. Secondly, they literally, like, 3/4 of the movie is them just screaming over top of each other, stepping over each other's lines constantly, running around, screaming. Like, that's like 75% of the fucking movie. Like, how is this good? Half the time, I don't even know what they're saying. If I didn't have closed captioning on, I'd have no idea what the dialogue was.
Wait,
no clue whatsoever.
What movie is this again? I think I missed this.
Goonies.
Part.
You literally just watched it.
I had a feeling,
bro.
Well, okay. Well, I left to turn my phone off. I thought I missed the plug.
Oh, you were gone. Okay.
So wait,
he got up on us like you turn you back on Dana, and now you turn you back on us.
Are you trying to tell me that I liked the Goonies more than you did?
Probably.
Apparently, I couldn't.
Scott's a crotchety old man.
Yeah, I mean,
I just kept. I watched through all of it just because I was like, maybe it gets better, and then it never did.
It's a buck wild movie.
I was about to say, if I'm being honest, man, I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10 for a kids movie.
Right. Scott sides with the Fratellis.
And what's crazy? Yeah, exactly. But what's crazy about it too is like that's a PG rated movie, and they'd be dropping some cursing in there.
Back then it was PG.
Yeah.
That's a different time.
They didn't have no PG-13.
Yeah, different time. Like Ghostbusters 1 is PG too, and it was still like a little.
Yeah.
You know, all those movies like that were PG. But I think the thing is, like, I don't think it's as good as everyone thinks it is. I don't know why it's such like a classic. Why there's like everyone has a fucking Goonies t-shirt and all this shit. So I need you guys to explain it to me because I'm sure at least 2 of you probably like the movie.
Those kids are really scared of some skeletons.
Dude, they're scared of fucking everything.
They were pirate skeletons.
All they did was scream.
That makes them cooler.
The way that I see
those used to be real people.
I mean, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. That's pretty decent for a kids movie. But the way I see it is like, there hasn't really been a movie since for kids that was shot kind of like that. I mean, like they end up going under that building, and then there's like this whole like world down there where they find treasure and like a ship and all that. So I mean, like there hasn't really been anything practically done like that. If they do shit like that now, it's all like CGI and stuff, and it doesn't feel as believable. So I think
it feels like a tabletop. A lot of ways, like D&D kind of stuff.
I can see that.
Like it's like a very people are constantly
quest adventure.
Yeah, and like a lot of dick hits in this one. Which I love. Like I love people getting hit in the dick comedically. It's always fun too.
When it's not you, yeah.
I mean,
like the craziest thing to me. Well, one, this is a Steven Spielberg movie.
He produced,
which is just
why is that crazy to you?
It's crazy to me because, like, I feel like he would probably get better performances out of the actors nowadays, no matter what age.
He didn't direct it, though.
He didn't
wasn't
direct
the
it.
director.
That's true. He wrote the story.
Produce it.
So he can't be blamed for that. I just think the performances are awful.
Even
like,
Josh
all
Brolin?
the takes that they use, it's just bad.
Corey Taylor's, or not Corey Taylor, but what's his name?
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
Feldman.
He's knocking it out of the park. Dropping Spanish left and right. telling the lady where to hide the heroin.
I mean, this movie started a lot of careers. Josh Brolin.
You got Sean Astin out of it.
Yeah, Jeff Cohen.
The guy gets shot in Die Hard.
The
Fratelli brothers.
The guy who got shot in Die Hard.
Yeah, he's the guy. The guy who's not Joe Pantoliano.
He's one of the FBI agents.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Pantoliano.
I guess he doesn't get shot then. I can't remember who he was. Yeah, but then they got Joey Pants from The Matrix. I am completely shocked, Scott, that you were not like a fanboy for this movie.
No.
This is crazy.
It's basically like discount Indiana Jones.
Scott just never had a spirit for adventure as a kid. That's what it was.
I love adventure. I loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They were very adventurous.
Well,
They hung out only in New York.
I loved the Ghostbusters.
Or feudal Japan, depending on which one.
The Goonies only hung out wherever they were hanging out too.
Well, let me ask you.
I've been to where the Goonies have hung out. It's beautiful there.
Let me ask you another question. All right, since we're talking about 80s movies.
Ask away. Well, we're sticking to this movie, but go on.
Well, you just talked about the Ghostbusters and TMNT.
I'm just saying the ones that I've liked that are adventure type movies. So it's not the type of movie that gets me. It's the terrible acting. You can't even blame it on the fact it's kids, because you look nowadays like Stranger Things season 1. They were all kids about the same age, and they knocked it out of the park with their acting.
Those actors are like 18 to 22 now.
Well,
but yeah,
now, but ahead. Season 1 though. Season 1.
We're not counting season 1. That wasn't adventurous. That was origin stories.
But still, it was really good. The acting was good. They're not just stepping all over each other when they're trying to deliver their lines.
They're talking
that's
kids
what bugged
talk.
me. That, I guess, I don't know.
But what was your question, Steve?
You've been around your kids.
I was just gonna ask him if he liked the Karate Kid, since he was talking about other 80s
Never
movies.
seen it.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Is that the next one?
You're gonna hate me, Stevie, but I'm not a huge Karate Kid fan either.
Well,
I've never seen it.
I know we're probably not gonna be friends anymore after I said that, but I don't want to lie to you.
Is this the episode where Stevie turns in his resignation?
Episode 2.
He might be
2 in and
he's out. Hey Stevie, tell him what book you're reading right now.
I already finished it, but it was Ralph Macchio's memoir book that he just came out with about the Karate Kid success and all that. I'm a huge Karate Kid fan. That's my favorite movie. But yeah,
I saw the Jackie Chan remake.
That one's
the real Karate Kid was not.
Was that
Danny.
didn't that have Jaden Smith in it or something too?
It did have Jaden Smith in it. It wasn't that bad, but no, I haven't seen it.
You need to watch the original, man. If you said you kind of like the Goonies, right, Jason?
Yeah, I would give it a 7 out of 10 as well, like your same rating. And also, it's funny too because I've been getting back into watching movies, and there's a through line because previously I watched both the Sicarios again. Josh Brolin's in that as well.
but those are great movies.
Very good, actually. The second one was better than
adult themed movies.
Very much so.
That's a whole different decade though.
Yeah, but you gotta think, Scott. You watched this movie with adult eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
You never watched it with nostalgia eyes.
That's the point of the segment here.
So
is it actually good though?
No. There's a difference between watching it because you're nostalgic for it, which a lot of us still do. And for us as kids, this was a good movie because it showed kids going out and saving the day for their community because they love growing up there. But you, however, are a Fratelli. I don't trust you.
He's got a point.
Is no one going to go get the pirate boat at the end? That's my question. Because it's like that thing is still loaded to
No, you let that ship leave and have its own adventures, Jason.
Oh, is that the metaphor? That's fair.
I think so. I don't know.
It's so full of treasure still. They just go corral that thing. It's got to be a couple.
They only needed enough to save the Goonies.
I don't know if you guys know this or not.
Fair.
But as far as I know, the Goonies is the only movie where the sequel is a video game. Did you guys know that?
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
The sequel to the movie is
for what?
an NES.
Nintendo?
Yeah, it's an NES game.
Yeah.
Speaking of sequels,
The Goonies 2?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Goonies 2. I never played it.
It's amazing that this thing hasn't gotten a dog shit remake in recent times, basically a Goonies remake.
Oh, don't you worry.
It's
probably coming. They're making the rounds. They got to do all that.
In this case, they might do a better version of it. I don't know.
there's still talk of trying to get them to do a movie sequel where the original actors are now the parents,
Of course.
and
Didn't
then
they-
their kids go on an adventure.
I mean,
Oh.
Karate
Feldman
Kid already
shows up.
did that with Cobra Kai.
yeah, pretty much.
That seems to be working out for them, I guess.
Yeah.
I
Everyone
mean,
loves
it keeps
the
getting
Cobra Kai.
seasons.
Yeah,
But I
mean,
guess
it's
I should-
still on.
Well,
I should.
Netflix is holding on to dear life to this one, I think.
I just saw
true.
that they're
I
about to
enjoyed
do
Bought it
it.
from
a.
YouTube.
I just saw they're about to do an ad-supported tier for like $7. How could you?
Oh,
how could you
Netflix.
like go from?
Oh, Netflix.
Yeah,
Oh,
how could you go from like not having, like no one's gonna downgrade to that. Like,
I think they're trying to get new people with a cheaper price.
I've never
Probably.
actually
I
paid
could-
for Netflix ever.
Oh,
Now-
we got to
they're gonna
record it.
find
You
you.
hear that? We got to record it.
But in my
It's on
FBI,
recording right now.
come
in my
get him.
defense, I don't
Oh.
even watch it, so I don't even pirate it or anything.
That's Stevie C.
Yeah, the C is capitalized. Nah,
He lives in North Carolina.
I
Get him,
They know where
Netflix.
he lives.
Get his ass. Get him.
You gonna send
Oh,
people?
man.
out?
I used my mom's account, but I lost the password information and the
That
end.
tracks. It's definitely the
man.
dog's name and not
That
yours.
tracks.
Probably so.
There's another callback for an
Oh,
old
man.
episode.
So Jared,
Oh yeah.
All right, so
What do you-
So I guess I'm outnumbered here with the Goonies. I would literally give it like a 3 out of 10.
okay, and then Jared, what would you give it?
Brother, I have it tattooed on me, so I'm not
Okay.
He does.
So you and
He can't
you
comment.
and me are the only ones that saw it as kids, other than Jason with the first 5
I've actually
minutes.
been to Astoria, Oregon, and Cannon Beach, where scenes were filmed. We drove around and I kept pointing out things from the movie. So,
My man's-
that one I don't have to watch with nostalgic glasses. I watch it because it's an enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
Scott, what should I watch next? What's the next nostalgia?
Jaws.
classics? I had
don't
seen
know.
that. Banger.
I mean, Jaws
It was-
is good. That's easy. That's an easy
Point
one.
Break.
Never seen
Karate
Point
Kid,
Break.
man. I'm gonna go with
I've
Karate
never
Kid.
seen Point
man.
Break. I don't want to watch Karate Kid again.
We can watch Point Break. I kind of
I
don't
don't
either.
think I want to watch Karate Kid again.
But Point Break, bro. Keanu Reeves. Yo. Okay.
That's a good
We can
movie.
do that one.
You don't have to watch
Is that
nostalgic
is
glasses
that a
with that one.
nostalgic movie though, or just a good movie?
That's just a
feel
good
like
movie.
I feel like it needs to be something that like a lot of people think is great,
Dawn?
but then there's another group that like if they watched it for the first time now, they'd be like, "Nah, this is garbage."
I've never seen
Like
Red
that's
Dawn.
really what it is. I don't know that would really. be
There's
one
not
of
a
them.
lot of nostalgia for that one.
Nah, I
No.
think it has to be like 80s or 90s or before, right?
You know what?
Yeah.
My girlfriend thinks the Gremlins movies are awful.
How dare she?
Yeah.
So
Gremlins 2 is one of those buck wild movies ever made.
since we're
Gremlins 2's
since
crazy.
we're
Gremlins 2 was more enjoyable.
It's a
Then
wild
one?
movie.
Gremlins 2 was more enjoyable.
Hot take, but
All
I'm
right.
not going to argue with it.
One
Let's
was supposed to
save
be
that
a
for next
horror
week.
movie for Christmas.
In a very
Let's
good one,
save that for next week then.
We will.
All
We're
right.
gonna save that for next week. I'm
But
gonna
I-
put a note on here.
I agree with Jerry.
We're gonna do Gremlins. We'll do Gremlins 1 and 2 for next
So
week.
good.
a
It's so
double
good.
pack.
Oh,
pack.
my
Double
God.
feature.
This is
Yeah.
The
Dude.
double feature.
What I
You
was
only
gonna
have to
say
ask me
though
twice.
is I've actually never seen those movies other than
Well, it's your turn. You're the Jason for next week.
You've never seen the other Gremlins?
no.
You should
Well,
watch
you
the
got
Key and-
homework, my friend. You got
There's
homework.
only
You should
one
watch the Key and
scene-
Peele skit about
There's only
Gremlins
one
2
scene that
before
I've
you watch it.
seen of that movie, and it's the one I can't even vividly describe it, but I think he's in like a department store.
Yeah.
That's the only scene
With
that
the bow
I've
and
ever
arrow?
seen.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
Is it?
And you know
That's the
what?
second one.
I've actually there was like another one that came out recently. It was like a bee poo poo movie, but it was a Gremlins movie.
That's not real.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Bee-poo-poo?
sure it was Gremlins. Is there another
Yeah,
thing
but it's
that's
not
like Gremlins?
Critters.
Maybe.
It
What's
was
Bee-poo like
Critters.
Gremlins?
That's what it was. It was a Critters movie.
Is
No,
Beast-
seriously, there was a movie called
God.
Critters. They talk about it in Ninja Turtles.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Raphael walks out of the movie theater and going, "That was a terrible movie," pretty much. So I'm like, I agree with you, Raphael.
It was a Critters movie that I saw recently.
We're watching Gremlins then, boys.
Watching Gremlins. All right, let's move on. So next segment we're going to do today is a power ranking, and I bet the segues aren't going to work. So let's make another segue noise. Who wants to do it this time?
Hitting them Mariah Carey notes.
Damn.
It was beautiful. That was beautiful.
And he had to walk away from it.
All right. Well, this week we're bringing back the old power rankings. So in lieu of Halloween being over like a week ago, we figured we're going to do
Halloween's
a top 5. Yeah, Halloween is forever.
Okay, goth girls.
So we're going to do the bottom 5 worst candy bars, and we qualify a candy bar as anything coated with a chocolate outer coating or like a chocolate shell is a candy bar. It doesn't matter what shape it's in.
Chocolate.
That's an important note.
I like how you said that.
Important note.
Like, a chocolate shell.
A chocolate shell. All right, so we are going to start. Stevie, you're new to this, so we start at number 5 and we all go around robin.
Okay.
And then we'll go to like the next person that hasn't gone first yet to number 4 and so on and so forth.
Okay, so like 5 pass it on, 4 pass it on.
5 pass it on. Exactly. Yeah. So since you're new, we'll let you start with your number 5 selection. Tell us what it is and explain to us why the hell you picked it as number 5.
All right. Number 5, whatchamacallit, because it's kind of chalky to me, or like very, very like dry. So every time I eat it, I'm just like, oh.
Ew. I've never had one.
Yeah, it's got like rice. I think it has like rice in it too.
Hold on, I had to look up what was in it because it's been a long ass time since I've had one.
Me too, because I don't like
very
it.
Catchy. They had the very catchy commercials.
They used to have a
back in the 90s.
Whatchamacallit?
And they had
I still remember.
The thingamajig too, but I don't mind the thingamajig.
I do love rice-based chocolate bars, though. I might have to grab one.
You would.
It does not have rice in it.
It doesn't?
No rice. No. So
no, it's got something crunchy in it, though.
Caramel, peanut-flavored crisps, and chocolate.
There it is.
What is a peanut-flavored crisp?
A crisp is like what's in a Kit Kat, but worse.
Ugh.
Either way, not a fan, man.
All right. Stevie's number 5. All right, Jason, number 5.
There's a thread in my list that you'll soon find, which is that I don't like Gooshy candy bars. Number 5 is a
Gooshy.
Snicker.
You put Snickers at number 5?
Yeah, because it's just like anything full of like nougat or caramel, any of that nonsense. Ugh, can't do it. I gotta have some crunch to the candy bar. It's always my thing.
It's got peanuts in it.
Yeah, it's got peanuts, dude.
Literally peanuts.
To be fair, there's like
they
3
crunch.
in there. No. And like, well, these days.
But like peanuts.
Are you eating the fun size?
Usually, actually, yeah. Like, who needs a whole candy bar? Yeah. This is why the Payday is one of my favorite candy bars, because it's just straight peanuts.
Dude, I do love the Payday.
Peanut butter and caramel.
Let's just say
Payday's definitely
not on the list.
1 or 2
for Halloween,
me,
Jason. I wasn't handing candy out, baby. I was eating candy.
See, I don't even really eat candy, to be quite honest with you. Like back whenever I was just treated as always. Oh wait,
man!
Whenever I trick or treated, it was for the love of the game. Really, more so.
He loved knocking on doors and asking for things.
Give me food,
dude. Could you just imagine him as a little kid?
No, that's what I was trying to imagine earlier. And
Jason's been an adult his entire life.
I bet you it was like this right here. It was like. I don't like Snickers bars.
Now I was a cool kid. I didn't get like fat till I was like.
Oh, you were cool.
Like 11 or so.
So you were like.
Cool he was cool in his party of 1.
I don't like Snickers bars.
He didn't have friends. He just had pizza rolls and his grandparents.
No, I had tons of friends when I was a little kid.
And tons of pizza rolls.
I made it through the dark period. The dark period is fully in the past.
Correlation.
Oh God! All right, Jared, number 5.
Gooshy doo-doo Snickers bars. Yuck.
My number 5 is the Milky Way bar, because you're either going to be a Snickers or you don't exist. Milky Way.
Is it the less
preach, brother? Preach.
I love the Milky Way bar. You guys,
fuck
you guys
that
are
shit.
not cool, man.
I'm plenty cool. I got pizza rolls.
Hey, I like Snickers
Preach.
bars. At least I picked some shit nobody likes.
All right.
That you
well,
know of. We're only at number 5.
That's true.
My number
That's true.
5.
What you got?
Hershey's plain ass milk chocolate. It is the most boring ass candy bar ever. And once you've had any other milk chocolate in the world, you're like, wow, this tastes like absolute shit.
Technically, it's
like-
not even really chocolate, right?
No.
No, it
I
is.
don't know what it is. It has to be
Hershey's
technically
chocolate.
And listen, if I went back to Pittsburgh or like Pennsylvania right now, they'd probably fucking like
Oh,
I
you're
don't
banned.
know, burn me at the stake.
Yeah, you're not allowed
because
back in.
Hershey's is literally in Pennsylvania. I can't,
true.
man.
I've been there.
I can't do it.
If I recall,
I'll take number 4 then.
Jared, you start number 4.
I'm also with you. Fuck the Hershey bar.
That was your number 4.
Thank you. Thank you very
Plain
much.
ass chocolate. Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of my face. Fuck that plain ass chocolate.
I like the pie.
boring ass bitch.
The Hershey pie is good, but
No, that's fine. That's different. But
That's
like
fine.
just
That's a pie.
yeah.
plain Hershey's
That's a
chocolate
new
bar.
list for a new
man.
day.
You know what? The only thing it's good for is s'mores. Melt that
I'll tell
shit.
you what,
That's the
though.
only time it's good.
You
Put
know
some
what?
marshmallows
You know
on it.
what? Replace it with a Reese cup, and you've got a new game.
Bingo. Fuck the Hershey's bar completely now.
damn.
It's gone.
I do like the
It's
white
gone.
chocolate versions more. I won't lie to you. The white chocolate.
Oh, the
version
cookies
over
and
it
cream
all.
is
I
bomb.
like getting that
The cookies and cream's bomb.
page-sized Hershey's bar. You're just like,
Good
God.
damn, son, I got me a candy bar right here. But
Just
But
a
if
big
I were-
old pile of shit.
If I recall, there's literally not enough chocolate in the Hershey's bar to make it chocolate, right? It's just like some processed fake shit.
I think you're
It
thinking of
probably is.
Yoo-Hoo,
yeah.
the fake ass chocolate
No,
drink.
because
I
like
don't fuck with Yoo-Hoos. That's just
the
disgusting.
thing about Hershey's bars is you're supposed to like take a bite and then just like let it melt in your mouth, man. That's the whole key.
But not in your
Not
hand.
chew it.
No,
No, that's
there's
an
You don't
M&M.
chew it and eat it.
Here's-
you suck on it.
See, what I do is I pick it up and I throw that shit in the garbage. That's what I do. All right, Jason, number 4.
So I couldn't think of a 4th spot, so I figure I would just take time to talk shit about candy corn. Fuck candy corn. It's disgusting. We've been eating the same candy corn since 1973. They just cycle it back and forth. Fuck candy corn. But I do have the rest of the list, I promise.
Jason says,
But it was really hard for me to find like other candy bars. So I was like, 4 spots for me talking shit about candy corn.
You
Seriously,
could have
it was
literally
so
Googled
disgusting.
chocolate candy bars, and you would
I
have had a
did.
list of 47.
Jason
Listen,
demands.
can I rebuttal?
Jason
A
demands.
lot of them I
Can I
didn't even
rebuttal?
have.
The research.
Candy corn's fucking bomb as hell. I love candy corn. I love
You
the,
would.
I love the pumpkins that are like made of the same candy corn
Oh.
shit.
You're
Love 'em.
eating wax.
So good.
So
it's not
bad.
wax.
It's
So
wax.
I
good,
love how Jason had
Just
to.
stick a wick in it. You got a candle.
I love how Jason had to say we've been eating the same candy corn since the 70s. Like he's ready for funding to go up on candy corn and like make it something good. We
Yeah.
demand more funding in the candy corn department.
More candy corn.
Reinvent it.
We
Give us
need
some
more
sauce.
colors in our candy corns.
Nah, it's perfect just the way it is. Don't you listen to him,
Oh.
candy corn. You're perfect just the
I
way
actually
you are.
forgot
All
about-
right, my number 4. Oh, go
I was
going to
say I forgot about the pumpkin thing, and those things are really good.
Oh,
All right, my number 4.
it's candy
Butterfinger.
corn. Oh.
Fuck
Oh.
Butterfinger.
No.
Awful.
Butterfingers.
And let me tell you why.
Favorite.
When I think about Butterfinger and biting into that and how it, like all that shit just like gets right in your teeth.
Yeah,
You
baby.
And
save
it
it
makes your
for
teeth
later.
feel awful. No, it makes my teeth feel awful. Like it makes my teeth almost hurt just thinking about biting into a Butterfinger and taking one chew. I can't do it, man. It like
Disagree.
it gives me like that Butterfinger anxiety. Like that, I know this is literally instantly going to give me a cavity. I can't do it. Can't do it.
You could just floss
Can't
Scott
afterwards.
bites a Butterfinger and immediately starts brushing.
No, that's the thing. It's not a floss. It like gets in the molars
It's
back
in the
here. like-
molars. Yeah.
Yeah, it just like sticks in
Well,
there. Like you just ate like
gotta get you
just
some
ate,
damn-
like hard candy or
Get you
something.
some damn
I can't do it.
Coca-Cola, man. Burn that shit out.
Nah, pass.
Just-
Hard
You
pass.
just take a big old sweet Coca-Cola and you let it sit in your mouth, and it just, all the acid.
Nah.
You see
No-
them do that
no
to us.
Butterfinger.
All the acid.
All the acid, man. All
Just-
the acid.
Just take some acid when you eat a with Butterfinger.
That's what I
We call
I'm
that.
out.
on my peanut butter lasagna dessert I do for the holidays, man. I crush up Butterfingers and it's like a
Oh, I thought you were about to say you put acid on it.
yeah LSD just straight up.
That's why everybody loves it. Like, oh
Like
man,
Butterfingers.
So
Why is
good.
this talking to
This-
me?
This Butterfinger treat takes me to a new world.
Man, these walls, they weren't moving before I ate this Butterfinger cake. Man, I don't know what's going on now, man. I've never heard of a dessert lasagna before. I'm very intrigued.
It's awesome. I'll send you the rest.
No, fuck it up.
Because recipe is too long of a word.
Yeah, it's
True.
3 syllables. Man.
Also,
try to save time.
You overestimate my cooking skills too. Apparently, Jared and I have very common.
You don't cook with it. It's a non-cook, man. You're fine.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Jason. Just throw the shit in a pan.
Oh, Jason, you're not going to like the rest of my list.
Oh, no. Okay.
All right, Stevie. Stevie, you're
Stevie,
number 4.
Number 4, Three Musketeers. And here's why. Because it's just plain. It's that same flavor throughout. It's pretty simplistic.
It's so mid.
It's
just fucking nougat,
mid,
man.
dude.
It's nougat.
It's mid.
Chocolate nougat.
But when I was a kid, my parents would buy the same 9 things from the store, and that was one of them. So I'm done.
Ugh.
It was like barbecue Hot
Out.
Pockets, Beanie Weenies, shredded mini wheat, and fucking Three Musketeers.
You were eating weird. You were eating real weird.
I mean,
Eating weird in the neighborhood.
yeah.
This is a no nougat podcast.
I just
Nougat free.
Free zone.
best.
All right, Jason, take us to number 3.
What is number 3? Well, actually,
I don't
It's
know.
your list.
Yeah.
mine is also Milky Ways.
Nice.
Oh.
I feel that.
Oh.
Yep, Stevie's turning in that resignation right now. He is
Yeah.
currently
I'm starting to
typing it.
realize that I'm here because I'm so different.
Stevie,
I felt that.
let
way,
me,
too. About
Stevie, let me
myself.
talk to you for a second. You realize that Three Musketeers is literally a Milky Way without the caramel.
Milky Way is literally just caramel in a chocolate cone.
And nougat.
Ain't no nougat in there.
With nougat.
Yeah,
It's
there is.
nougat.
There ain't no nougat in a Milky Way.
Bet me.
Oh, boy, you're going
I will,
to
bro.
ruin your own world
I'm
soon.
telling you right now. If there is, it's like
Look it up.
90% caramel, 10% nougat.
Look, while you're
No.
looking that up, Jared, give me your number 3.
The whatchamacallit.
Damn, all you guys hating on whatchamacallit.
It's disgusting.
I haven't had one in a long time, so I can't,
It's
At
a,
least
I
we-
can't
it's
remember.
a whatchama throw it away from
At
me.
least we can agree on one thing so far.
That there's nougat
Well,
in
we
Milky
both
Ways.
like the
Yep.
Goonies
Right.
too.
Yeah, no, all of us agree on that one.
Yeah.
Dudes, I looked up.
I gotta try one now though. Anything does any candy bar described as chalky can't be good, but I'm like, how does that?
Dude, let me tell you
It's
something.
it's got a weird middle texture. It's not right.
I just went to the Wikipedia page for Milky Way, and I'm like, let me read about this fucking shit. It's the
Nougat.
It's the Wikipedia page for the galaxy stars.
Oh,
I'm sitting here like,
you gotta put in
let me
candy
get to the
bar.
bottom of this, and it's like, it's the galaxy that includes our solar system. I'm like, whoa, that's the wrong one, brother.
I can't eat
Oh
that.
God.
Damn, where the fuck?
Scott, what's your number 3?
My number 3, York peppermint patty. Awful.
Is that a candy?
What?
It
Is it
is.
chocolate?
It is covered in
chocolate
chocolate.
coating. Yeah,
Oh,
coated in
yeah.
chocolate. Yeah.
All right.
It's sorry,
It's
dude.
in a circle, not a bar, but all right.
Anything that also has the same flavor as toothpaste, I'm out.
I love it.
Like
I love it.
That's why I don't like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
same. I hate it. Oh my
I
gosh.
thought you guys were mint boys. Yeah, I'm a mint boy.
I knew there was. I hate mint stuff.
No, I
don't
like mint by itself. I don't like mint with chocolate.
Right,
It's two different
right.
things.
Same.
I love it.
Same. I'm
Such a
fine.
good
Like I can
combination.
eat mint gum. Fine. Those Starlight mints, perfect. Sure. Mint toothpaste, sure. But put that shit in like ice cream and candy and
Oh,
cake,
it's the best.
Like,
and
like
coffee
Andy's
drinks.
mints is Scott's Bane.
Ugh. No. I'm out. I'm out,
Man.
dude. No York peppermint patties for me.
mint.
All right,
gang.
all right, Stevie the Nougat Boy. What
Mint
is
gang.
your number 3?
No comment.
Old Nougat Master.
You know what I learned?
I don't know that candy bar.
You know what I learned just
What'd
a
you
minute
learn?
ago? I learned that in
What's that?
Canada there are 2 Milky Ways, and
Oh.
one of them is known as the Three Musketeers. So
The Galaxy.
fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you. Number 3.
So, yeah, you're number
Yeah.
3.
Number 3 is $100,000.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. So
Those are so good.
when I was a
man.
young buck, back in the early 2000s, I was probably 11, 12 years old. I think it came out like it's a fairly new candy bar, and I used to bang them down. I used to eat them all the time. I loved them when they first came out, but then like as an adult, you know, I don't feel it no more. It's just like
Never had
it's like
one.
Reese's Puff cereal. I just can't get down with it anymore. I like outgrew the flavor.
My girlfriend loves them.
So Stevie, you said the candy bar came out when you were a young buck.
Yeah.
In 1964.
Okay, well maybe it was rebranded or rebooted or something.
Nah, dude, it has had the same.
It's been red. It's been a red wrapper for years.
Bunk ass red logo with that horrible like sans serif font. Like,
look,
what I do like about this candy bar
since 1964.
When Stevie was a young buck.
You know, that's about the time.
Claimed.
That's about the time they put. That's when they put Nougat and Milky Way right around then too. I think.
You sons of bitches! I never claimed to be a candy bar expert. All I know is when I was a kid, like 11 or 12, it just got rebranded or something because like it was all over TV. And trust me, I watched a lot of TV back then.
I think they just had a lot of commercials around then for it.
Two things. One, I'm into this because it's like rice covered kind of chocolate stuff, which I'm always like. But to its detriment, it is the most dookie looking candy bar on our list. It does look like a turd, but I mean,
it looks like a turd
rice
butt.
covered. It looks like
Turd
a legitimate
butt.
poop, but I mean, it might taste good.
Most candy bars do, honestly.
I don't like caramel stuff. I never had
Especially a Baby Ruth.
Poops.
For real. But I love Baby Ruth, man.
Oh yeah, that's a different ball.
I like Baby Ruths.
All right, so I'm going to do my number 2 because mine are boring and they've already been said. But my number 2 is Milky Way. For sure. Because, you know, for all the reasons we've already said.
Second
so,
most
Stevie,
hated.
give us your number 2. Give me your number 2.
Oh, I'll give you a number 2, all right. Nah.
Yeah, you will.
Mounds.
I knew.
Okay.
I knew someone was gonna say Mounds.
Okay.
And
Coconut,
Do you hate?
baby?
Do you not like coconut?
No, I don't mind coconut. The thing is, it's just like with the Musketeers, like oversaturated in my household as a kid. Like I was like,
I love it,
man.
God, only the Mounds are left. You know, and Almond Joy was another, but I like Almond Joy, so it's not on the list.
Different chocolate on the 2 as well.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't Mounds has the dark
Based.
chocolate, right?
Mounds is the dark chocolate.
And that's a good shit. That's a good one.
I
like
think
that.
maybe I just I had enough of it. You know,
I prefer the Almond Joy if I had to choose between those two.
I got over the hype.
I feel you. All right, Jared, number 2.
Number 2 is the Heath Bar.
The Toffefe.
Oh, the Toffefe.
Oh,
I'm not a chocolate with crunchy toffee kind of guy.
I'm not mad.
that's how I feel about the Butterfinger. I get
I'm
it.
not mad.
I get
but
it.
I am disappointed.
I like it, but I get it.
I love the
That's all right.
I love the Heath Bar.
I will continue on like I have for nearly 39 years.
Hating Heath bars.
I didn't realize you were
All right,
you were
Jason.
39.
Jason, number 2.
I didn't either.
No, he's just hated Hershey. He's hated Heath bars that long. He hated it
yes.
before he was even alive.
Yes,
Nice.
he has. Since
It's
1964,
ingrained in my
actually.
DNA.
Yeah, it's like that
Jason, number
Kendrick.
2.
It's like that Kendrick Lamar song. Three Musketeers. It's just Gucci caramel nougat bars or whatever.
It's
Gucci is
No, there's no caramel in
is
it at all.
Gucci the same
It's just nougat.
as Gushy?
It's just nougat.
No. Gucci
Has more liquid base
so
to
you
it.
wouldn't be like, I
Yeah.
want to go get me some fruit snacks, Gooshers. It would-
Gushers. No.
Okay,
Those are gushers.
Gucci.
clarifying.
is just-
just clarifying. Gushy.
Can I
Mushy.
say one thing about nougat? Let me talk
Go
about
for
nougat.
it.
I had no idea up until when I was making this list yesterday what the fuck nougat was. Had no clue.
Most people
I just
don't.
knew it
it's just
wasn't great.
refined sugar junk, right? Right.
Well, actually, it's so I'm reading it right now. Like I had to pull up the definition. Nougat
Give us
is
that verbatim.
aerated confection made by mixing nuts and sometimes fruit pieces in a sugar paste.
Mhm.
The composition of which is varied to give either a chewy or brittle consistency.
I don't mind nougat.
Yeah,
I
that
just
tracks.
don't want a bunch of it. You know what I mean? Just a little nougat.
That shouldn't be like the star of the candy
yeah,
bar. Like
it's an accent.
what happens is the Mars. I just learned this yesterday too. So Mars made Snickers with like nougat, caramel, peanut. Then they're like, let's make it more basic, and then we'll make a Milky Way, nougat and caramel. Then let's make like the most basic bitch ever and just nougat. Like I feel like they went the wrong way. Like
they should have started at the nougat and made their way to the good parts.
Right.
So like the Three Musketeers,
or just like not have one with just nougat.
The Three Musketeers is called. I mean, that's the nougat one, but it only has the one ingredient out of the three. They cut the two, and then they call it the Three Musketeers.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Ask Mars. I don't know. It's
real
what?
Dumb.
It's because it was the third candy to come out. It was the third Musketeer.
Episode 91. We're going to the fucking place. We're going to the place. We're getting answers.
We're going to Mars. We're going to Mars candy.
We're going to Mars. Load up the ship.
I'm gonna get some candy bars for next week.
And when we get the VP, on the podcast, I'm gonna say some stuff about the Three Musketeers.
We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, we are. So Three Musketeers is my number one. If you haven't noticed yet, that's my number one. What more is there? What more is there to be said about it? We've pretty much run the gamut here. Jason, you're number one.
Kit Kats.
What?
You know, I had a feeling those were gonna show up somewhere.
But not
like
because
it's like cookies.
I know. My problem with Kit Kats is the design of them. The whole breaking them apart into individual pieces. Just make it a single large Kit Kat.
That's a personal choice. You could be a maniac and just bite right into them.
Dude,
or just buy the left ones.
Sometimes I do that.
Can't do that.
That's the Twix. You're thinking of Twix, Scott.
But Jason, so like the reason you don't like them, that's like their whole slogan is break me off a piece of that.
I know, and I'm not. Don't break off a piece of that. Snap
Jason's
it down.
Like, I do not share my candy.
Break me off a piece of that applesauce. Somebody had to say
that. No, sir. Like you pop each one off individually. Now, like, there's so many different kinds of Kit Kats. They're cool, but I just think that the design is what annoys me. I still eat them, and I do like them, but from a design standpoint, they are my least favorite candy for sure.
Wow.
He thinks it's bullshit.
I don't know how we move on from this, but we're gonna. Jared, number one.
Number one is the Clark bar.
Dude, I forgot about the Clark bar.
I don't. It's a candy I throw away since I've been a kid.
What's in it?
Nothing good.
I had reservations about putting that one on my list.
It also has crispy peanut butter, spun taffy core, and coated in milk chocolate.
Oh, look, taffy.
That's a weird mix.
I'm into this, I think. I'm a taffy kind of guy.
You are, because you like the crunchy, not the gushy. We've covered
gushy.
Yes.
I do love taffy.
Gushy.
Clark. I like the typeface of this logo.
Because it's old?
It just looks like 1952, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know, when Stevie was an even younger buck.
Yeah. That's when I was first coming out. I came out then.
So we've managed to
avoid rebranded since I first saw them, though.
We've managed to avoid it so far, but I feel like I need to include Stevie in the fact that your boy here loves old people candy. Like we went over how my favorite candy is like the weird zebra stripe little like cookie bar things.
Those ain't bad.
Back in the day, if you remember that?
I know exactly what you're talking about. With the black lines on the wrapper, right?
Those bang. They're so good. So it's like also like lemon drops, all that shit.
Because it was just a white piece of candy, and then the black lines on the wrapper is what made it look like zebras.
And I think there's peanut butter involved. I'm a peanut butter kind of guy. Put peanut butter in a candy. I mean, that's why Reese's
put peanut butter in
number
oatmeal.
one.
That's true. You do put peanut butter in oatmeal. Stevie, number one.
We'll say that for another day.
So your number one was Kit Kat, right?
Right.
That you least like.
Only from a design.
Only for a design, not for flavor, like the rest of us have chosen.
Well, you know, he didn't have a number 4 either. So number 4 is really your number one, and number 4 you don't like the design of. Because I feel like if you don't like candy corn, it has to be number 1 in the chocolate list, even though it's not chocolate.
I hate candy corn because I think it's an abortion of an idea. That's all.
Jeez. I couldn't think of a worse insult. I agree. I mean, I understand. I'm sorry that I questioned you.
Oh, no.
All right, so who's going next on the number 1 shit?
You're the last one, number 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he did the Clark bar. I'm sorry.
He sure
Charleston Chew. I do not like.
Is that a chocolate bar?
Charleston Chew.
Yeah.
Is it?
It is a chocolate bar.
I believe it's. I don't remember. I know it's on the candy bar list that I looked at.
Charleston Chew.
Yeah, chocolatey coating. Yeah,
it's another nougat candy bar.
Let me
What a
see.
surprise!
It's like the wrong kind
Although
of
I've never had the
Turbo
It's like
nougat.
super
I've never had
chewy
the
nougat.
strawberry version. That might not be too bad.
Okay. It looks like beef
I
jerky.
I did it all.
I don't like chewing things unnecessarily a
I
long
did it
time.
all for the
Oh, it's
It's
got
made
like
by
a
Tootsie
cream
Roll
center?
too. It's a Tootsie Roll
Look,
creation.
everyone can see Jason.
You know, a lot of people.
I've had these before.
A lot of people recently have came out and
He's gone
expressed their
again.
Oh, it's
hatred
gone.
for the
6
Tootsie
more weeks
Roll.
of winter.
I like Tootsie
So
Rolls.
I do too.
love Tootsie Rolls. Actually, they're one of my favorite. It took me a long time to enjoy them, but when I realized, like, holy shit, someone made chocolate taffy. This is me. I'm a chocolate taffy individual.
It's another candy that you got to chew an unnecessary amount of time.
But that's got to
Yeah,
be the
that's
one
what I
that's the
want.
most poopiest, right?
But like coming from a guy who really likes gummies, like
That's
anything
a fair
gummy,
point.
See, that's a
feel it.
different. That's a different.
I feel it. It is a different thing. If we talked about gummies, I could go all day about my favorites because I got a lot of them.
The number one is gummy sharks.
Nah, Swedish fish.
That's
By far.
my least favorite of all candy.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh man.
Same.
I
Pure
ra-
All
sugar
right.
stuff.
Well, we are.
No, sir.
I feel you. All right, we're ready to move on.
Yeah, we
to
are.
we're going to get back to a new segment we did last week, TWT's Judge and Jury. Can I get some segue music? Who wants to do it?
Dun 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 dun. Oh wait, we can't do that one.
Copywritten.
I gave it less than 15 seconds. We're safe.
Yeah.
I know the
Boo,
rules.
boo. All right. Judge and Jury, this week we have a doozy. This one is titled, Am I the Asshole for Calling the Police on My Fiance? It's going to be a
Depends on
good
the
one.
context.
Gasp!
So
For the
last
people
night,
only using their ear holes, gasp.
That must be from.
Last night, my 35-year-old male fiance, I'm the 38-year-old female, left in the evening, not me, but like this person, to give a friend's son a ride back to his home. She implies she'd be home before 9. She left at around 7:45. I don't know if all this time matters, but we're going to find out. At 10:15 rolled around, and she still wasn't home. I texted, and she apologized to me, saying that her friend's son was actually in the next town over, maybe 30 minutes away, and she was coming home now. 11:45 rolled around. She still hadn't come home. So I called her to no answer. Oh, so this is the guy. Oh, this is the guy speaking. I thought it was the girl speaking.
Yeah.
All right. So at 12:30, still no response, no answer to phone calls. I was extremely angry. 1:30 rolled around, and my anger had completely transformed into worry, not answering my calls and texts not read. Around 1:45, I called the police. I've always heard that the first 24 hours of someone being missing is the most important, so I didn't want to delay. I asked them to let me know if there had been any traffic accidents involving her car, and the operator told me that they would put out the word and to send some cops to check.
Sends the
Cops to check,
Send some Gucci cocks.
to check along the route. I called all the hospitals in the area to check if she had been checked in and waited outside watching the road for her car for 3 hours, partially because I didn't want the kids to hear me on the phone with the hospitals, and secondly because I was sick with worry. 7 a.m. she came home. She apologized for being out. She said she had no excuse. She was driving home and felt tired, like she was falling asleep at the wheel, so she pulled over to the side of the road to sleep. When she did that, she found out that her brand new phone had stopped working. She said she napped anyway because it was a responsible thing to do, and then came home at 7 a.m. to bring the kids to school and get them to work on time, or get to work on time.
I can tell already
I mean-
that his fiance is one of those people that is terrible at keeping their phone charged.
Oh yeah,
Because like if you're in your car, you automatically put your phone in like a charge mode. If
yeah,
you're in your
dude,
car, right?
I typically always do too.
Like,
Not to
second
mention,
nature.
I'm not finished with the story yet. There's not much
Oh.
left of it, but let me just say, there's a pretty good chance she's cheating on you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You called the wrong police.
Either
Yeah,
that or he's
for real.
he's like engaged to the dumbest person ever.
So basically, like the police called later to check on her wellness. And he said, like, yeah, she's at work. He said his fiance is relatively new to her job. Police officer showed up and asked to speak with her. She's now enraged at me for calling the police and sending a cop to her work and making her look bad. She's saying I overreacted and that she wasn't missing and that I was punishing her for doing the responsible thing and not driving while drowsy. She's saying that she is never going to leave the house again except for work because she is afraid I'm going to call the cops on her again. So did I overreact, or should I have waited 2 days like she suggested?
So I'm gonna spin
2
this. And ask,
days.
2 days is a lot. I'm gonna spin
Yeah,
this
that's a
and
long
ask:
time.
am I the asshole for thinking that maybe you should put a tracker on her car and see where she's going? One of the little Apple trackers.
No.
Kinda...
Yeah, that's a little shady. Like anyone leaves and like
relationship.
Listen, it's 2022, bro. It's 2022. You can always find a way to charge your phone somewhere.
Yeah.
Like if you're tired or something, like wouldn't you say that ahead of time?
Honestly, I mean, he didn't say it happens all the time, so I mean, it could have just been like a one-time weird shit. Yeah. Well, apparently he keeps up with her all the time because I mean, he was, getting pissed that she wasn't home.
I'm going to say the first comment on this says not the asshole, but she's lying, right?
Yeah.
Damn, man.
And he said the first 24 hours is the most important. I was always under the impression that they wouldn't even consider a person missing until after 24 hours.
Yeah,
question.
I think that's what it is. I think it's 24 or 48 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
It may have changed. I don't know. But like who leaves the house without charging their phone?
Or at least a phone charger in the car.
Yeah, what car doesn't have a phone charger nowadays?
Yeah. Plus, insane. He has to know the friend. He could have tried contacting her that way as well.
Ask them.
Yeah, there's a lot of options there. I don't know. I feel like it's all the whole thing's sketch.
As strongly as I felt last episode, I feel the opposite now. I feel like he was not the asshole. No, he's just being careful.
He called the cops because he was concerned. He's an asshole for different reasons because he was pissed about it. But calling the cops doesn't make him the asshole.
Well, I think he was pissed because she didn't respond to him at all. And then she comes back and she's fine and she slept in her car. Listen, let's be honest. Who is going to, over the age of 22, sleep in their car on the side of the road?
Especially
unless you're a truck driver or something. Right. That's scary as hell. Who's going to do that?
Nothing.
Nobody.
Here's what does piss me off. Nothing annoys me more than people who just don't send texts back in a reasonable amount of time. That shit drives me absolutely insane.
Oh, same.
I can go on about that for a while.
Just go on.
Go on. Let's talk about it.
People do that shit to me all the time, man. They leave me on red. It's and it just makes me feel like they don't want to fucking talk to me, and that's fine if they don't, or they don't give a shit about what I'm talking about. But if that's how they feel, then I'll just text them less, and that's what I do. So that's the short version because I literally could spend an hour on it. But
I only leave on red spam calls that I get. Mostly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what everybody does. But I hate that. Unless I just don't know how to respond or I'm working and I can if I'm on a meeting. But that's the only time I don't respond to text or calls or anything like that.
Yeah, and the reason that it's so annoying is because you hang out with these people and they're always on their phone. So it's dude, come on, man. At the least, even though I don't like it when people do this either, but you can't at least give me a thumb. You know what I mean? Just tap the thumb, man, and then I'll be oh, this son of a bitch. But at least I know that you acknowledged it.
What if you said something
thumbs.
"Hey, man, I got cancer," and they just sent you a
thumb?
Well, I'm pretty sure
that'd be fucked up.
Pretty sure,
Jason messed up his.
They would reply if I was talking about something like that. Maybe not, but
I don't know. You never know. Some people be shady, bro. So Jason, before we move on, let's talk about your thumb for a second.
Yeah.
First of all, let me read what he sent to us in our group chat.
Here we go.
First.
Here we go.
Look at that Reddit, or look at that. Am I the asshole? Reddit.
No, you're definitely not. You're not the asshole. But hold on, I'm trying to find it.
It was a while.
There we go. Quote, Jason, I murdered the shit out of my thumb cleaning a slap chop this morning.
Yeah.
Then goes on to explain that it's just a thing that you slice vegetables with, which is actually a mandolin slicer, not a slap chop.
It's all those spinny things. It's the same thing as a slap. Yeah, it's a thing where you shove the fruit or vegetable into, and you kind of spin
a dicer.
The bit. A dicer.
A dice. Oh, okay. All right, so that's not a mandolin slicer then,
No.
but still. So how did you do it? You were just cleaning it?
Yeah, I was just cleaning. The blade was sharper than a motherfucker. I was swing, and I was oh no, it's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
fuck. Were you bleeding pretty heavy?
Yeah, thankfully I ended up just doing the super glue trick eventually, but I need to put another Band-Aid on it.
Wait, what? You put
guys do that,
super glue
right?
on your cut?
He always
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
It,
not
like,
a
stops
weird
it.
thing.
why not?
No,
just
I
It's
thought you said
new
something.
skin.
I thought you said a different word than cut. I was very confused for a second. It's like,
you mean you don't?
that's aggressive.
You mean you don't just like put some Nesprin on the Band-Aid and then put the Band-Aid on it?
Yeah, but that usually just Band-Aids are annoying, so when in doubt, just super glue it. I mean, that's what that shit was invented for originally, anyhow.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm blowing
shit.
Stevie's
Yep.
mind right now.
Learn something new every day.
Would you
See?
say the?
Not only we're a podcast that like tells you what we think, we also give you helpful
Would you
hints.
say?
You got to cut?
Yeah.
Super glue that
Would you say
shit.
that the blood was gushy as it flowed out?
No, but like if
Gushy.
someone slices your intestines open, that's gushy.
Oh, okay.
That is like like the act of
How did we
holding
get
your
here?
the act of holding it's spooky season. The act of holding your entrails in
Spooky
is
season's
a
over.
it's never over. It's a very
It's time to be like
gushy-
thankful for shit now, right?
Yeah.
I'm
All
thankful that my intestines are inside of my body
I'm
and that I'm
thankful
not
you
in a
still have
gushy
a thumb.
situation.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that because you made it sound like you literally cut your thumb off, and I was like, dude, he's not gonna be able to play bass
know.
good anymore.
That would suck.
You'd have to
Yeah.
like learn how to play with a pick between like your index and your index and your middle finger.
I'd be
Well,
more
he doesn't use a
concerned that
pick
I
anyways.
I'm not pick up. Well, this is it's my left hand. so I
Oh,
could probably,
okay.
Oh, so that's less
I could probably
important.
like khaki king or something.
have to
but
play-
I was more
you'd have
worried
to
about
play-
not.
Nah, man, we just tape a spoon to the nubbin, and you can hold the
That's
bass
true.
like normal.
Yeah, there. Okay.
Yeah,
true.
I feel like there's a 3D printable solution to this problem, but I was more worried about not being able to play.
You'd
Call
have to
of
have a
Duty,
3D
quite
printer
honest.
first.
They're cheap, and I can find the plans online.
Are they though?
By the way,
Yeah,
earlier
$150.
I said Nesprin. I was trying to set y'all up, and y'all like totally just let me say that instead of
That sounds familiar, but
Neosporin.
what is Nesprin?
Neosporin, man.
What is
Nesprin.
what is Nesprin? Is that I've heard
Nesprin
this
is
term
just me
before.
saying the word weird to fuck with you, and you guys totally just let it fly by.
I thought
We
it was
let
like
it
an
fly.
off-brand Neosporin. That's why I didn't say anything. Like, man,
We just said
I
no.
think-
Listen,
Tom,
we're not medical
I
professionals
think
here.
we're
off-brand
not a medical
Neosporin would just
podcast.
be called
I mean, we just
First
fill in our
aid
cuts with
ointment.
super glue.
or triple antibiotic ointment.
I've bought some. This shit doesn't work half as well, unfortunately.
It doesn't.
Well,
I know
All
a
right.
lot. I know
Well,
a lot
let's-
about this stuff. This is my dark period where I had a bunch of warts on me that I had to get rid of. It was disgusting.
Story for another day. All right,
Story
let's
for
move
another day.
on to our best week of the week. Who's having it this week? Segue music.
Ba, 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 ba.
That was
There it is.
he was late on the reverb. We're good now.
Wrong
All right,
fader.
so
Sorry.
best week of the week this week. So Halloween's over, unfortunately,
Never.
and now it's time for Christmas to throw up all over the world at dawn on November 1st, when premature Christmas trees and wreaths are just jizzing all over the neighborhood, completely forgetting that fall and Thanksgiving even exists. I've already seen Christmas commercials, and I have a strict rule here. We don't start any Christmas decorating until after Thanksgiving.
Based.
It's a good rule.
Yeah, after
100%.
Thanksgiving, one holiday at a time. But you know who's having the best week of the week? Motherfucking Christmas fans.
yep.
Because now they have an excuse. And Mariah Carey's coming out of her shell. She's rising out of the coffin
Already
to
tired of that song.
to just Christmas the shit out of us for 2 months, man.
I'm just like,
Less than 15 seconds or so.
I was about to say, man, that's spot on.
Yeah.
who can't not hum that song though? Is the real question.
I honestly I had forgotten it until you just did it. I was like
Really?
trying to think about, I'm like, what's like one
See,
of the
I don't-
15 songs that just gets overplayed, and then I remembered.
I don't have beef with this song. What I do got beef with is I saw mommy kissing. No, well, I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. I don't fuck with that one, but the one I
Claus.
really don't fuck with is baby is
Claus too?
cold outside.
That's how the kid found out Santa Claus was his dad.
Yeah.
I love Thanksgiving. That's my favorite holiday. So I'm
See,
not
I
gonna
think
let
Thanksgiving-
I'm not gonna let Christmas
It's got vibes.
jizz on me just yet.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I wish Halloween had like 2 solid months, and it was acceptable to like decorate for Halloween September 1st. So I could get like 2 solid
what's
months of
stopping
Halloween.
you?
HOAs mostly.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, you mean like outside? I mean, you can do your house like that, like inside.
I mean, I could. I probably could, but I like doing the outside, man. The outside's like what everybody gets to see. I don't have people over here.
There's subtle things you can do. You can just put a pumpkin out, but they don't need to see that
Start
it's
on
painted.
the inside, and then when it gets a little closer, then you can finish it off.
Yeah, but like nobody's ever here though.
Ooh,
so
I got
nobody
it.
can see it.
I got it. What you do is on September 1st, you start with a 2-inch tall little skeleton, and each day you get a larger skeleton, and then by Halloween,
Man, that sounds expensive.
You have the 16-foot tall skeleton.
Dude,
it's growing.
You can do it with a projector. I mean, then you spend like $400.
I don't have this saved. I got to show you guys.
Yeah, who the fuck is going to print a 30-foot tall?
Hold on.
Jason,
I don't know if you can see it. Look at this shit, man.
Whoa!
For the people only using their ear holes.
God.
Scott is showing us a picture of someone's elaborate decorations that includes a 2-story tall thick boy skeleton.
Scott,
there's 3 of them.
Yes,
there is 3 of them.
Jiza.
Send that a Facebook Messenger because there's something going on with that skeleton's head. I can't quite make it out.
Dude, it's absolutely nuts. So we were looking at houses this weekend because we're moving next year. And we were walking through this neighborhood because we wanted to just like see what the neighborhood's all about. And we saw this house and it was unbelievable. Like it was one of many houses that were decorated, but it was the one that was like next level, dude. Like there are at least... there were at least there are 3 skeleton type things that are at least 10 feet tall just in the yard, as well as like a coffin. I mean, this is just one random yard. I was super impressed.
Our generation.
We'll make sure we post this on Instagram for those of you who
we'll post it on
refuse
Instagram.
to watch the video and just listen to it.
Yeah, I mean it's
one thing I
pretty
noticed.
Sweet for sure.
One thing I noticed with like our current generation is that I feel like that Halloween decorations are only increasing. Like I don't remember like when I was a kid, people put out like my parents' neighborhood. I always think about like there were like so many giant inflatable black cats everywhere and shit. It was so cool. This neighborhood I live in didn't really.
You got to think our generation was the kids that were like, when I have money, I'm gonna do this. And now we have money.
Yep.
Dude, there's a neighbor near me has a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man blow up thing.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
So
they're like $180 though.
That'd be a year-round inflatable.
Actually,
if I took it down outside, I would literally just blow it up behind me here and just leave it in the house. You know.
But speaking of like decorations and like costumes and stuff, I was watching a YouTube video the other day. This guy, he does like a nostalgia kind of reminiscent channel, and he was talking about how like the costumes used to be.
Shout him out. What was the name?
Oh man, I'll have to figure it out. I can't think off the top of my head, but I was bringing it up because like you remember costumes used to only be like a cloth colored the certain whatever character you were, and then every single one of them had that elastic like rubber band mask, and like it was like all hard plastic that would cut your face and stuff. Like he was talking about 70s. Like kids had to deal with that, but I remember them shits when I was like early 90s, because despite earlier whenever I accidentally said I was from the 60s, I'm actually from the 90s. So but nowadays, nowadays you could buy all kinds of crazy shit, to wear. And
we've all seen those like from the 40s and 50s children's Halloween costumes that are generally the stuff
horrifying,
nightmare fuel, or beautiful. If you ask me, it's quite cool.
There was a kid
Jason
that was literally like 4'2" that was dressed up as Michael Myers in my neighborhood. I was like, damn, bro, you went all in.
Myers is my least favorite Hollywood like slasher dude, but I appreciate people's love with him. Did I tell? I have a story actually that I totally forgot about till just now. It involves Halloween Ends.
Well, we'll end with this. Your story, Jason. Go.
I went to see Halloween Ends, right? Shit tier movie. I caught a fucking contact high watching it because someone was chiefing in the theater. like the fans of Halloween movies are the most like degenerate bunch of individuals I've ever met. Like when I walked out of the theater, this one guy looked like he had just like crawled out of a trash can. He had a Myers mask on. It scared the shit out of me.
Like in the theater?
Yeah, in the theater. Keep in mind, all this is while I am tripping out my skull dome because somebody like sitting above me was probably hitting like a weed vape or something, and I kept catching hits of it, and I was like, "Oh no, am I about to get a fucking contact high in this theater?" Next thing I know, I'm smoked out, loked out. I hate weed; it is not my thing, and I'm just like, "Shit." Not to say I haven't had my experiences with it, but so I instantaneously knew. I'm like, "Oh fuck!" Like, so I spent the rest of the night just like blitzkrieged out of my mind because some chub was just like hitting the vape pen, and oh my god, if I could have found them, I would have tickled the shit out of them. I didn't even tickle.
You would just
That's kind of assault,
you were so
bro.
high,
Just
you would
tickle,
think that was
just,
the way.
Just tickle, 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 tickle.
I
right-
cannot
right
make
in
this
the
go
rib
away.
cage. Right
This
in the rib
experience will
cage.
right, nothing crazy, just like enough to be like, you.
Yeah,
like,
not his feet or anything.
It's like, you son of a bitch, you got me high
Yeah.
and I don't like it. Give me that armpit, bro.
Give me
Let
that
me get some of
armpit.
that pity, boy.
Let me get under that neck.
I was just so annoyed. It was a weird experience.
I'd be
I was
pissed
like,
too, but I can't believe you went to the theaters, man. It's on Peacock.
Yeah, for like $5, man.
Like $5, man.
Oh,
Jason, you still got that membership?
Chocolate
$5 on the cock, man. $5 on the cock.
show.
I love theaters. I'm a theater guy.
I saw
Get
Jurassic
Diet
World
Pepsi.
Dominion in the theaters. I do not like now that you have to have an assigned seat. What is this, first grade?
I do.
Oh,
I
I
do.
love it.
I love
Yeah.
having a sign.
Shit.
amazing.
I don't.
You were the only one. Why?
Because I'm big,
Cuts down
man.
the
I don't want to be
fights.
near people. All right? I'm trying to stay away.
That's why
Right. That's why you buy them ahead and pick your seat away from everybody.
What seat is
This should be
by
like the
itself
best
in
thing
the
for you.
theater?
Dude, depending on what theater you go to,
Yeah.
like the one near us up here, like there's gaps. So it's, every 2 seats, there's a gap.
See.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's
Yes.
like 2 seats and a gap.
I
2
know
seats
that
and a
movie
gap.
theater because
Yeah,
that's the
it's
one
dope,
that
man.
lays you back like a nice little lazy
I
boy.
like-
You fall asleep
Oh,
accidentally watching
it's
Thor for the third
amazing.
time.
I like the one.
I love it,
I know
man.
there's one in Charlotte or somewhere around there that has like love seats with ottomans in the front. I like those.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking
But
about.
I'm talking about like
That's a good one.
sounds
your
fancy.
standard Regal theater, $49 popcorn drink in a movie. Pick your seat.
That's accurate.
When I went to
I'll
see
just stay home.
Smile, when I went to see Smile, so there's a family sitting like 2 rows down in front of me, and then a bunch of people came in and walked up to the people sitting in the seats. And they're like, "Hey, I think you're in my seat," and they were, and then they promptly moved like all the way to the back of the theater. I was like, "Did you people not think that you could
Man.
sit in these seats?" And they would, so I wouldn't show up. I was
Like, this
"You
isn't like a
numb
concert."
nuts." No.
Yeah. Like all these seats are probably accounted for at this point.
Especially
I,
in the movie.
I like assigned seating because sometimes you end up sitting beside weird people that are fun. Like I went to see this real shit tier vampire movie a while back, and the person I was sitting beside the whole movie, she was like, "Oh hell no! Did that vampire really just do that?" And it was
Dude,
way
those are
more.
my favorite people, man. I love
She was
it.
constantly surprised by the movie, and her enjoyment of it was much more entertaining than the movie itself. I can't remember what the name of the
I
movie
love
was.
that.
But the movie bothered me because it ends with the vampires killing Dracula. Like basically, this lady gets bit, and then she's like, "Oh,
Are you about to
guess-
spoil some movie that no one's seen?
He's about to spoil a movie without saying the name.
because I forgot the name." So like basically, the character.
When did it come out? Hold on. Did it
early
come out this year?
We need to find out the
Yeah,
name of
this
the movie
is-
before you give it away.
Movie.
It's,
It wasn't Morbius, was it?
No, it's not.
No, it's
Morbius.
Morbin time. No,
Slayers, The Invitation.
The Invitation.
That's it. Yeah.
because it shares the name. There's a really good horror movie called The Invitation that is not that. But
Mhm.
the long and the skinny, she gets bit, turns into a vampire, promptly turns and kills Dracula. That's not how that shit works, bro. You can't turn into a vampire and then kill your vampire overlord. So like you gotta be like, once you like take the bite, you ride the wave. Like you can't just be, oh, psych, I'm gonna kill you now. No, you're in the club. You can't kill the boss. Like it is what it is. It's a terrible movie, but
Sounds like
The
Jason loved it.
Invitation.
Sounds great. 10 out of 10. Would see
well,
it again.
don't have to see it now.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, we don't need to see that movie. All right,
I
guys.
saved you $10.
Thank you. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We will be back again next week.
Yes, sir.
So you can follow us on all the socials at TWTPcast. And we have a YouTube handle now. So we are at youtube.com/@talking without thinking. You can find us on YouTube and watch us make fools of ourselves like on video.
We're going to the Mars Factory next week. Mars Factory next week if budget permits. Put that in
Mars Factory.
Put that in asterisks.
It will not permit.
It won't permit. We have zero budget, but we appreciate you all listening. We will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.